Good morning, everyone. I hope you're doing well. I just had some thoughts coming out of Sunday that I wanted to share. For those of you who weren't with us, we were in the end of Matthew 17 in a kind of peculiar story about Jesus and Peter and the temple tax. But it ends with Jesus telling Peter to go cast a line, catch a fish, and in that fish's mouth is going to be a 4-drachma coin that's enough to pay Jesus's and Peter's tax. Which is obviously an odd story, but we talked a little bit about the specific order of that Jesus calls him not only to go find a fish. He tells him to cast a line, catch a single fish, and in that single fish's mouth is going to be what you need. And the peculiarity of that for Peter, that Peter is a net fisherman, that Peter, when Peter goes fishing, he drops a net and catches hundreds of fish. And if Jesus had just told him, hey, out there is going to be a fish that's going to have this, go catch it, it makes sense for Peter in his mind to go catch as many fish as possible to make the odds as favorable as possible. Because obviously the miracle itself isn't going to be any less impressive if one of 100 fish that was caught happens to have a 4-drachma coin in its mouth. It's not any less of an impressive miracle. But that's not what happens. Jesus calls him to something that is actually counterintuitive to what Peter would have thought and planned to do. And I'm constantly brought back to God and his character and being a God who oftentimes, where we are going to try to stack the odds in our favor, try to make a result as likely as possible, God often does the opposite. That he calls us to a strategy that is the least likely to succeed, that has the longest odds against us, so that when he shows up, and he intends to show up, that it's that much more evident and available. But it brought me to Proverbs 3, 5, and 6. It's a passage that you have almost certainly heard probably a number of times, but it goes like this: trust in the Lord with all your heart and lean not on your own understanding. In all your ways acknowledge him, and he shall direct your paths. Beautiful passage, but it's a kind of a dual command that is an incredibly difficult one. Trust in the Lord with all your heart, and in so doing, lean not on your own understanding. And it's just an incredibly difficult ask and call on us as we try to pursue him, that often we want to lean on our understandings and our best, the best laid plans of mice and men, and those often are going to go against what he calls us to. So I just encourage you today, lean on God, trust in him, lean not on your own understanding, and he will deliver, and he will make your paths straight. Have a wonderful week.